Today we're going to look at a telemedicine company in the state disability space, a 100% dropship chandelier business with an average order value of $1,500, and an online mentorship nutrition and fitness program for women with a 40% repeat order rate. This is Online Businesses for Sale, and in this series, every couple weeks or so, I go through and I take a look at online businesses that were recently listed for sale and share my own experience-based insights, anecdotes, and expertise and opinions into these businesses. I've personally owned and operated online businesses since 2009, and I'm looking to acquire more online businesses and grow my portfolio of online businesses. So these businesses here were recently listed for sale, and if you're interested in any of them, look for a link below or somewhere around the video player to where you can come on over to the business listing and make an inquiry. And hey, if you make an inquiry, and particularly if you buy one of these businesses that you found from my videos, do reach out to me, do let me know. I'd love to hear from you. And on that note, before we jump into the first one, if you find this video helpful and insightful, be sure to do myself a sweet one, hit the like button, you know the drill. That helps me out in the YouTube algorithms. And do yourself a sweet one and hit the subscribe button so you get these as they are released. Let's jump into the first business listing, the telemedicine company in the state disability space. I found this one really interesting. I'm going to go through and skim through the teaser that's published here by website closers, and then I'll jump into my own opinions and kind of insight into this business listing. I am going to skim through the listing. I'm not going to read it word for word because, well, website closers is known for their notoriously long business descriptions here in the teaser. Starting off with the basic preliminary info, they're asking $2.25 million for a cash flow of $622,000. So less than a 4x multiple. Yeah, I had to do the math on that. Less than a 4x multiple there. I was thrown off because I recently looked at a business by them that had a little higher than a 4x multiple. Now, it was established in 2015. I would not buy any business that has not been around more than 5 years. So this one meets that tick box on my list. Revenue, $880,000, EBITDA, $622,000. So that's like a 75% margin. This thing is spitting off cash flow. I mean, this seems really nice. So 200 active patients and staff in place. Continuity and transition will be seamless. Typo on seamless there. Not that that really matters. Website Closers presents a thriving telehealth technology company providing virtual disability evaluations for individuals who have been injured or suffer physical, emotional, or psychological conditions that prevent them from doing their job through its network of healthcare providers, which includes medical doctors, nurse practitioners, doctors of osteopathy, chiropractors, psychologists, and licensed therapists. The business is able to coordinate a secure, HIPAA-compliant telemedicine evaluation and medical records review between patients and physicians. That kind of explains what they do. Don't see too much value in that paragraph. The process typically works as follows. The initial evaluation and diagnosis. The patient's disability status is certified by a physician. Certification of disability also includes any necessary documentation or forms that need the physician's completion requested by administering disability unit, employer, insurance company. No insurance is accepted or billed, and all services are privately paid. The patient is directly responsible for payment at the scheduled appointment time. Additional services include a comprehensive 60-minute psychological evaluation, medical records evaluation. Frequently, patients require a more thorough evaluation and record review administered by an in-house psychiatric specialist. Therapy sessions are 30 and 60 minutes long, also available with a licensed therapist. And here's their schedule of service, 80% of them coming from the disability evaluation and certification, 179. Notably, the business experiences no seasonality given the nature of its services. The typical patient is evenly split amongst working men and women in California between age 25 and 60. All right, that in California is crucial. They're searching for a physician to assess their condition for disability evaluation and certification. A typical patient's stay per claim is approximately 5 months, with an average revenue of $895. There's a maximum of 12 consecutive months. Once registered as a patient, the business experiences a return rate of a new claim of approximately 30%, and that's how they acquire their customers. Okay, so this thing just checks all the boxes, right, of somebody that really wants to buy a business, particularly mine. And I see that as established since 2015 because the revenue to actual EBITDA here shows that they have a relatively low cost of goods sold. I'd be led to believe that the service providers here, independent contractors, are as needed because you could not get, a bunch of doctors and nurse practitioners full-time for only $240,000 a year, I would assume. So they're contracted as needed. So your cost of goods model is variable here. And there's some type of recurring revenue element to this business in that they stay around for a couple months. I don't understand exactly what that is. Like, I don't know if they need a disability evaluation and certification monthly. Maybe that's it, but there's some type of recurring revenue evaluation going on here. Now, what I don't like about this business is that it seems like it's specific to California. All right, and they say it right here, state disability space, then they mention California. So it seems like it's in some way specific to California. So you'd certainly want to explore how scalable this is, right? Like how big is the market in California? And mind you, California, I think, might be the most populous state. I know there's Florida, New York, Texas, and California are the 4 big states. California might be the most populous. So there's certainly a big market here and probably room to grow this within California itself. That said, if you really want to grow it, you'd want to open it up outside of the state. But back to the things I like, they've already got the network of service providers in place, and they've got the technology in place for doing that. Those two things really create a nice kind of moat around this business because it's hard to get this technology set up and running. It's even harder to get your doctors and nurses using the technology, and then it's finally equally as hard to get the customers. I like this business here, and I think that this valuation of, what is this, like a 3.75 multiple on it, close to a 4 multiple, I think this is pretty fair. This seems like a very good business with room to grow and something that's going to be resilient in a market that is further growing. Let's go on to our next business. From what I can tell, skimming this teaser, I don't like this one as much as I liked the first telemedicine one. Dropship chandelier business, cash flowing $127,000. They're asking $255,000 and revenue of $338,000. Excuse me. My nose is kind of getting a little stuffy here, so I'm feeling a little nasally. Established in 2019, so not quite 5 years. Well, not 5 years at this point. But it has been around a few years. In the valuation multiple, notice it is roughly 2x, right? So it's not nearly the 4x you see in the telemedicine business. And, this kind of brings something up. When businesses are priced cheaper, there's often a reason why. And so that's why I don't like to focus on that multiple. Some people are like, I'm not paying over 3x for a business. Why not if it's a good business? Because below X, you're going to find garbage. Not that this business is garbage here, but what we'll see, as we go through it, I don't think this is nearly as resilient as the telemedicine business. Seller Force presents an e-commerce business that is sure to make your portfolio shine. 100% dropship, skillfully created chandeliers, and has excelled thanks to a wide array of different shapes and sizes. There's very little competition in the market. I think that is key. And through their highly customizable, these things are highly customizable, apparently. They have 500 SKUs, and thanks to their close-knit relationship with their suppliers, they're able to offer variations of existing products. Their dropship model means they have no working capital. They need no working capital, and warehousing is not required. Okay, I totally butchered that sentence, but they don't need warehousing. They don't need working capital because they're dropship. Their efforts have led to an average order value of $1,500 and over 3,500 customer contacts. And despite their minimal ad spend, a relatively high rate of organic traffic. using Google's Shopping's free listing has been their main advertising channel, which is supplemented by organic search results through their niche Pinterest advertisements and a few ads run on Facebook and Instagram. Though lightweight in structure, their marketing campaign has led to an average monthly rate of 12,000 visitors to their website. In its current state, this proves promising if the buyer chooses to expand upon this campaign, as by doing so, the brand could attract more potential customers. And the brand could expand their SEO on their website. They could also turn their attention more thoroughly towards social media. The company sells exclusively to D2C at the moment. The nature of their products would be perfect for B2B buyers. Okay, so what I'm reading here is that they've basically got a data feed on a shopping cart on a website. So they've got some products, they've uploaded them to a website, and they're available for sale on a website, and they've done this, or they're largely making the sales through Google Shopping. There's not much behind that, as evidenced by the fact that they mention relatively minimal ad spend, or not quite no advertising, but they're really stressing that Google Shopping thing, which is free. And also they said someone could expand social media, so they haven't built up any social channels or brand recognition. And you see businesses like this, particularly with the Google Shopping, they upload a lot of SKUs and they just kind of blanket it and ultimately catch sales here. And when they say, the company offers 500 SKUs, to me, that's a giveaway that they're throwing a wide cast net out over on Google Shopping, and it's working to capture traffic, bring it back to their website, and ultimately sell some. Now, what scares me about this is, what if the Google Shopping thing changes? What if they start really pushing in paid placement? And this leads me back to where I saw the little competition. Very little competition here. In some niches where there is very little competition, you can literally just cast net your Google Shopping feed, and ultimately business will come back to you and you'll make sales and grow. But that's not much of a definable moat or a defendable moat. Whereas with the telemedicine business, you got to get your practitioners on there, you got to get the software set up, and you got to find a way to sell the clients not on Google Shopping. This, anybody can really go to this supplier most likely. You might not have the leverage to get as good a pricing or variation, and that's a might. You might still have it even as a startup, but you're going to be able to sell largely the same products and cast net it out there. The business does have some staying power, and I think it's worth something, and I think it is kind of priced accordingly here at what is essentially the 2x multiple. If you're into the e-commerce space, and want something that you can brand and kind of build from, this might be valuable for you. Personally, I'm not looking much into the e-commerce space. I am more into a, digital product or digital service like the telemedicine business. So I would say this one's not for me, but I think for the right buyer, someone really in the e-commerce space, someone that knows how to bring these products onto the marketplaces of, say, I think they mentioned it down here, like Amazon and Walmart and Wayfair, Home Depot. This might be a good business for you. Finally here, let's take a look at this online mentorship, nutrition and fitness program for women with a 40% repeat order rate, strong social media following. Now, their teaser is very long. The team works with their clients on a one-on-one basis. They gather information regarding customer goals, schedules, likes, dislikes, lifestyles, and design a nutrition and exercise program around their lifestyle to meet their needs. From there, they speak with them daily through messages, social media, Zoom calls, and Facebook groups. Big question I'm wondering here is, who's doing these daily messages, social media, Zoom calls, and Facebook groups? One-to-one is a very tough offer to scale. All right, so we got the reasons why. The core offering is women's fat loss and nutrition coaching. A group membership is available to past clients and helps maintain customers, increase recurring revenue, and help women continue their healthy journey. No seasonality or little seasonality. On average, they spend $3,600 over the course of their relationship. All right, here we go. Lead generation is primarily achieved via social media posting. Channels include TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. That's a lot of them. Advertising on TikTok is geared at receiving direct messages and subsequently conversation. At the same time, Facebook ads encourage prospective clients to enroll in a 5-day challenge, followed by the 12-week program. This gives customers direct access to the Facebook group, where a strong community and helpful content keeps users motivated. Social media, the company plans to expand beyond the coaching vertical, low-hanging fruit like apparel, merchandising. Fitness equipment will likely bring in revenue, group sessions. Okay. All right, so this is fundamentally an online coaching business for women. Now, what I like about it is it seems like they've kind of warmed up the social media channels a lot, but they haven't really dialed into one social media channel to acquire customers. Okay, so you see them here talking about TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram, okay? As a marketer, I would like to jump into this and be like, all right, what can we really scale up? They've got a 5-day challenge, and it seems like they're doing lead generation, so maybe they're also doing some type of, not direct sale, but sales call type of thing. Which one of these can we scale up, and on which channel could we scale up? It seems like they've warmed them up, but they have not just gotten that real deep traction that kind of builds a huge rolling ball of wax to scale up. I like that. What I'd really want to know more about on this business is who's doing the coaching, right? Like who is actually doing it, the owner's tasks. Will be the following: marketing, setting goals, sales, coaching, right? Sales and coaching calls. Yeah, okay. This is a little alarming to me because it's like, this means if you buy this business, you're jumping in and doing coaching. Asking price $550 on cash flow, 184. So basically a 3x multiple on this. Established in 2018. I like the business for the foundation that it provides, but I think, with the owner being so ingrained in doing the coaching, unless you really just want to be a coach, which for that reason, I don't think you need to buy this business, the valuation seems a little bit high. So those are the listings that I've got for you this week here. Hopefully you found this helpful and insightful. If you're considering buying an online business, and if you want to get more of these videos and get more insight and experience-based anecdotes, opinions, and expertise into online business and online businesses for sale, be sure to do yourself a sweet one. Hit that subscribe button. Do me a sweet one. Hit the like button. And hey, if you found this video helpful and insightful, let me know in the comments below. I'm signing off on this video, guys. Until next time.